Right, well, it's Saturday, it's 2:25. It's time for Cracker... No, it isn't time for Cracker Jack. It is time to leave the Independent People's Republic of Kew and head towards the beach. So I need to get out, I need to get some fresh air at least. We'll see what's happening. I haven't been down the beach for, was it a week or two now? Can't remember. And these weeks just fly into each other, don't they? But I need to go, park up, just chill out for a little bit, I think. Sick of being on the sofa with utter rubbish on TV. Well, I've been watching loads of YouTube videos, obviously, about honing my craft as a filmmaker. Fucking filmmaker. There are no films. I just make stupid little videos, don't I? But I would like them to look at least a little bit better if possible. I'm not trying to remake Gandhi with 1,000 extras, you know what I mean? Like, swan lid. But if you just look a little bit nicer, if the colour grading's a bit better and... oh, anything. I was watching a channel last night which I accidentally stumbled upon. Tim, I can't remember his surname now. He's a Dutch filmmaker who's now got a YouTube channel as well. And he was talking about the difficulties of having this channel. And it was absolutely fascinating. He went to the beautiful little island of Vlieland, where he's been ever since he was a kid, and his mum went there when she was a kid, and his nan went there when she was young. Hang on, just turn you around. Southport are playing at home today. I wonder if you can get any of this. So we went there to make a video about the place, but didn't know what to do. And it was about his little journey into how he made his film. How did he come up with the ideas? How did he get through the fact that he thought he was useless? Well, obviously he wasn't useless. A very, very good filmmaker. But it made me think, it's interesting getting other people's opinions on stuff like this, especially actual documentary filmmakers and cinematic filmmakers. But at the end of the day, all of this is my story. I've got to learn how to tell my story and genuinely how to make it into an actual story. Keep people engaged. So that's what I've been trying to do, at least by watching loads of videos, is to find little tiny bits that I can use to document my experiences. Whether it's the experience of having the stroke and getting through it, the recovery, or just the day-to-day life of being a middle-aged man who's constantly in bloody pain and his best years are behind him. I'm not asking for sympathy here, it's true, isn't it? I'll be 52 in April. My best years are definitely behind me. Physically, anyway. Mentally, probably. Spiritually, who knows? Or dares to ask? But from the point of view of evolving as a human being, maybe your best years are the last couple that you have. The further you go on, the longer you live, the more you learn, the better you are. I don't know, is that right? Would that be right? I like to think it is. Again, this Dutch fella, he was struggling to tell the story of this little island, not many people on there. Beautiful. It looked very much like Ainsdale Beach. Some of the video that he shot was almost identical to what I'd shot on Ainsdale Beach. Just It was scary how similar they are. But then struggling to tell the story, and he found a cheese place, a place that made cheese, which Holland is quite famous for. Sorry, Nederland is quite famous for. And they told him to go to an address, and he went and knocked on the door, and a 94-year-old woman answered. And he went in, he had a cup of tea or a cup of coffee with her, and she then started reciting her poetry. And it was that little thing, I think, for him that brought the humanity to his story. That when you're looking for something and you can't find it, by accident you might stumble upon it. Was he expecting to be given the address of this woman? No. He stumbled upon the cheese place and then got talking to them, and then it moved on from there. So I think there's a bit of a lesson to be learned in that as well. Communicate with people. Actually communicate with people, because you never know what you're going to get out of it. You don't need to get anything out of it apart from maybe just a little bit of companionship. But you never know, you might end up with an incredible story that you can put on YouTube to 1,000, million, 100, bazillion people, and then inspire someone. Wouldn't that be great? And to share the wisdom of the ages, I think, is one of the best things we can do, which is why we are, as a species, storytellers. Whether it's beating out jungle drums, whether it's cave painting, whether it's the complete works of Shakespeare, whether it's YouTube videos and everything in between, music, poetry, rhythm, dance, all of it. We tell stories. Possibly what differentiates us from the animal kingdom. But it did annoy me as well, because he was doubting himself so much, and yet when you watch the video that he made and the other videos that he's made, he's obviously a very, very talented filmmaker, hugely engaging storyteller, and he's got a personality. Like, he seems a decent lad. He'd be interesting to go for a coffee with or something. That kind of fella comes across on screen, and I should be all of those things, but I'm not. I think I'm more the he'd be an interesting kind of person to see getting kicked out of a pub type of dude, you know what I mean? Which is a shame, because I've got loads of wisdom. Honest. I know it doesn't come across all the time, but I have lived a life. I've travelled each and every highway. I can speak 4 languages. I can play musical instruments, well, when my hands are working anyway. I write poetry, and I'm not afraid about doing that. I don't deny my intelligence. I did when I was at school for a while, and then just thought, you know what, sod it. I'm smart. I was in a class with all the smartest people in the year. They're not hiding it, why am I? Why am I pretending to be stupid when I'm not? Thanks to my parents, I was well read. Just reminded me there, actually. 1980. We were in Los Angeles on Laguna Beach, I think it was. Yeah, Laguna Beach we were staying. And Ed Moses, the 400-metre Olympic hurdler, he had a condo in the same place. Anyway, we were sat, me and my dad, overlooking the Pacific Ocean, smashing into rocks. It was absolutely gorgeous. I'd have been 7 at the time. And he just started quizzing me on my spelling. We're on holiday, and he's quizzing me on my spelling. Which I thought was not a bad thing to do, because I ended up being very good at spelling. Very good at spelling. Hang on, I'm sure it's my sister and her boyfriend in the vehicle next to us. I think, possibly. It is. Yeah. Thought so. Your sister and her boyfriend. So obviously, you've you've got to give them the two fingers, haven't you? Has to be done. What was I saying? I've completely lost track now. Yeah, my dad quizzing me on my spelling, which was good because I ended up 2 years later, we moved to the Netherlands, and I ended up top of the class for taal, which is language, and taalstructuur, which is the structure of language, or grammar as we'd call it over here. So all the practice in learning English and working out how to put words together actually translated. It was a transferable skill to Dutch. Which was nice. A cheeky sod, me sister. Where are you going? What's got to do with you? Get on with your knitting. She wasn't actually knitting, by the way. I'll expect a text when I pull up now. Dog, doggity dog, dog, dog. A lot more people here today. The last time I come down here was during Storm Darragh, wasn't it? That was right. There's a lot more people now. People who don't seem to understand that 2 tons of German steel versus squishy body parts is not a good idea. Get out of my way. Thank you. Oh, a gorgeous dog. I think it might have been a cockapoo. Right, I'm pulling up. We are here. Sound, right. Next step, who knows?